Good evening, all. Welcome to the 1927 Club for Rhys podcast. We're officially supposed to call it, but I think Rhys likes to still call it the 1927 Club. But officially, is the 1927 podcast. But we wouldn't. That's another discussion for another day. Joined tonight by my co-host, Mr. Rhys David Evans. Good evening, my friend. How are we?
Not bad. Well, deflated after the result, but what can I do?
Yeah, I think it's better if they had scored a goal, I don't know, 5 minutes after we'd scored our second one, not 2 minutes from the end, or it'd probably be an easier pill to swallow. But I think it's more like two points dropped now rather than a point gained for me.
The massive points dropped as well, let's be honest. Look at the table now.
Yeah.
And this month has been dreadful for us. The last 3 games have been shocking results. So I thought 2-1 up today now. I'd see the game out, take 3 points, salvage a month, but shocking.
Yeah, there were some good performances. We'll start at the beginning then. Obviously, 1,800 fans went up today. So fair play to the hardcore. I know we're always well supported and we always travel in decent numbers. So fair play to everybody who went up today. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to sort tickets out in time, so I couldn't go. But let's start off with the starting lineup, but obviously there's a couple of changes to it. What was your thoughts on some of the changes? We start at the back end. Obviously, the only change at the back was Jamilu Collins. What was your thoughts around that?
I don't know what Bacon had done to deserve to be dropped. I thought Bacon had a decent game midweek. QPR. I mean, not being funny, it was a poor performance all over on the midweek, but Bacon didn't do nothing to stand out to suggest he was bad. So I was surprised to see him drop for Collins. I don't think Collins offers as much anymore, so surprised to see that, mind.
Yeah, I agree with you, but looking, he hasn't played much for a good few months now, have he?
No, exactly.
And, that ring rust was definitely there, 100%. He gave the ball away, and his first touch wasn't the best at times. Yeah, he can do better. But like I said, he wasn't terrible, but he could do a lot better. I think the performance overall in general, I think Coventry had much more of the ball first half. I think they had something like 64 or 65% possession first half. And I think second half we come into it a bit more. I think a couple of players up the gears. I thought CO was very good second half. But first half, it was one of them games. It was just, I wouldn't say Coventry weren't great. I think Jack Arnick had a couple of good saves, point blank range saves and things. But it was a frustrating performance, really. I think, especially when we scored that goal, and fair play to Meite, he hasn't scored many for us, and we'll come on to talk about him a little bit more later, if we're allowed to. We might not be allowed to now. But, I thought he had a good game today. I thought he done really well, but the thing for me is, I'm surprised that I'm saying that, but we should be expecting that performance from him week in, week out. Not surprised that he's had a 7 out of 10, for example, because let's be honest, he's probably been averaging 4, 5, 6s at the most prior to today. But he took his goal very well. I think if it was the Premier League, it probably would have been ruled out by VAR. But to concede then within 2 minutes again, like we did, who did we score and they come back?
Was it I have to stump me with this now, but it happened the other week, didn't it? Is this Sheffield Wednesday?
Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, Sheffield Wednesday. I think Tanner scored and all of a sudden, straight to the end, bang, 1-1. Just, but again,
can't afford to switch off because against good teams, we get punished, and we did today. And fair play to him, he took the goal well. I thought he looked dangerous when he had the ball. That player on the left, can't remember his name. I think his double-barreled name. His name is the one who scored the first goal. He looked really dangerous, in fairness.
But like you just said, though, we are now saying well done to Meite for a gate for 7 out of 10 today. It's his first one all season. He's been dire for us for months, and now he's telling the fans to shush after he's had one goal and one decent game.
So, yeah, let's talk about that then. So, and it'll be interesting to see what other people's views are in the comments, guys. So get your views in there. I think it's come out after the game that the shush and he was cupping his ears apparently was aimed at the travelling away fans. What's people's opinions and thoughts on that? Obviously, I'm going to come to Rhys now in a second, but be interesting to see what people in the chat made of all that. Go on, Rhys, I'll let you give your opinion on it.
Well, he's cupping his ears because he can't do nothing, so we should tune into this and I'll tell him straight. He's been absolute garbage for months. He's had one good game and he thinks he's all of a sudden bigger than the club now, is he? Grow up, mate. Sort yourself out, will you? If you're performing week in, week out, right, and the fans are complaining, but you're putting a shift in, fair enough. You cup your ears, tell the fans to be quiet. You've done nothing for us. The only thing you did was put your head into Harry Darling, and let's be honest, that soft little gentle Jack, as soon as his face was touched today, he went on the floor holding and crying on the floor. That's the only thing Matey's done. Stick the head in that Jack bastard, like. So I don't think he's got any right to tell the fans to shush. He'll be gone come January, and if he's not, he'll be gone in the summer, hopefully. I'm not being funny, mate, but who does he think he is like? You're not going to win the fans over. Your own fans don't want you anymore. It's not nothing against you, mate. Just not good enough. And if you are good enough, you're not showing it to us. I'm a tantrum the other week when he was taken off after doing nothing all game. I'm not being funny, but how he started today. I know he scored, but how he started. He had a good game. His first one. What's he done to deserve that start in the first place? I'm sorry, but no, he can go. Like I telling the fans to shush and cupping his ears. Come on, mate. Do your job. You're a footballer.
It's a bit naughty, innit? Like I said, we all pay our money, season ticket holders or people who go down regular, and especially the hardcore people who go away as well. And they didn't deserve that today. Not, they're the hardcore of all the supporters. They're the ones who travel up and down the country, spending their hard-earned money, and they're, we're allowed to voice our opinions. Nobody is sending him death threats or anything like that. It's just is uncalled for, and I just think he needs to be. He's been if he was a youngster like Reindorf's age, then right, you could probably excuse it a little bit of it, a bit of immaturity perhaps. But he's been in and around the game long enough to understand, the way he should be behaving, and for me, that I wouldn't be disappointed not to see him in a Cardiff shirt again. That's how strongly I feel about what he done today. Like, and I thought he done well today. On another day, he probably could have scored 2 or 3.
Well, this is the thing. If you score the hat trick, right, you could tell the fans to shush. You missed 3 other chances, mate. After telling the fans to shush, I'm not being funny. Hit the barn door for once. Hit the target. Do something. Honest to God. Telling the fans to be quiet. They're missing 3 chances of that. You're like, come on. He could have scored like 3 on goals after that, and it wouldn't have been as bad as that. Telling the fans to shush. He's an absolute joke for that, I think. I just think it's pathetic. And not be funny. You've done nothing for us the last 2 years of being here, mate. Who do you think you are? Like, oh, God.
Other changes in midfield. Obviously, Rhys didn't start today. I don't know. Was he on the bench? I can't remember. I don't know if he was even on the bench. But obviously, CO come into the side. I think that was probably the right call to have a bit more legs in and around that midfield area. I do think Robertson doesn't look as effective to me when he hasn't got a bit of a ball player around him either, mind.
I was going to say, he looks better when he's got Turnbull next to him, not ahead of him. And Turnbull doesn't look as comfortable in 10 as he does as the number 8 next to Robertson. So I was surprised to see that sort of shift. Like, first of all, I thought it was like a flat midfield 3. But Turnbull's playing further ahead, and I was really confused with that, mind. I don't think Turnbull's a 10. He's better as an 8. But again, CEO had a good, decent game, like energy, legs. Gutted to see Turnbull pull up injured mind. But we've said we need the number 8 in the club as soon as possible. And now it looks like we're going to be missing one.
Yeah, they looked well, from what I heard on commentary, and I missed the last 10 minutes because my official stream ended. But I missed the last 10 minutes. I think I seen him just before he went off. But yeah, it didn't look good, did it? So I would imagine that's probably him done now until end of January, I would imagine, if it's a bloody hamstring.
Yeah. But again, it's one of those. I think Ruben needed to be dropped, I think, today. I do agree with Ruben being dropped. It's nothing against him. It's just like it's too easy to defend against right now, I think. Whenever you watch him, he's always on the right-hand side. They leave a man on him. He had an assist for Robertson today, right? He picks the ball up on the left-hand side. That's the first time he's been on the left-hand side in God knows how long. And he finds himself in tons of space. So hopefully he's learning now that he hasn't got to stay one side. He can drift across and use that pocket of space in between the defensive midfield, find gaps. Just keep doing things like that, because if you're doing that, they can't have a man mark you, because you're dragging that player out of position all the time then. If you're staying on the right-hand side, that player hasn't got to move nowhere. He knows exactly where you're going to be. So I thought it was a good assist from Ruben today. Glad to see him move across to the left a bit more when it was time for it. I don't know if he needs a rest, but I think the last few performances he's been quite poor, if I'm honest with you. We were there Wednesday night. I thought he had like most of them had a bad game.
Yeah, no, 100% agree with you. And Jonathan had just put in the chat, Ruben looked like he needed a rest the last couple of games and still gets brought on after 40 minutes. And I thought he'd come on and he done some good things and he done some bad things. And, we're not slating him, but he tries to do too much sometimes, doesn't he? And I think he needs to learn to cut that out of his game, trying to do too much. Some of the things he done, some of the turns and that he done was brilliant.
Yeah. When you're 2-3 up in the game, it's fine because he comes off. It's a boost of confidence. But when you're chasing the game, like QPR tonight, we were losing 1-0, and all of a sudden he's trying to do little flicks and turns. But there's a man marking him, and he can't get past him. He loses the ball, and he's just slowly jogging back. And you're like, come on, son, just pick your head up, just give it a simple pass, move it on, get into position. But they didn't. So I think he needs to be dropped, I think. I was not happy that he's dropped because it means he's not at the best of times. But I thought it was a brave decision by Rhys first on to drop him. I thought, I'll say that.
Yeah, no, 100%. I want to touch upon this comment as well from Zed. Begum played well on Wednesday, then gets dropped. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Obviously, he come off the bench, didn't he? So you would have thought if he's carrying a knock, perhaps, he wouldn't have risked him at all. But for him to have come off the bench, I thought, well, perhaps, he must be fit. There's obviously a reason why he dropped him. But yeah, I found it baffling, to be honest. I found it baffling that he got dropped for O'Dowda in the first place, really, because I thought when he did come in, before obviously he got dropped, I thought he was putting in some solid performances, not setting the world alight, don't get me wrong, but nothing really to warrant not being in the squad or not playing. And especially when we all like O'Dowda playing further up. What's your opinion now on O'Dowda? Like the last couple of games he has played further up. Is he still as... do you still like him in that role, or do you prefer him at left back?
I think I like him as a winger, but I think it's Rhys's tactics. It has to be. There's no way this is the players choosing this themselves, right? But Wednesday night now, I was watching, right? The ball would go by to NG. He'd look ahead, there'd be tons of space, and Tanner is so far narrow. Time he gets the wide right, NG's giving the ball away somewhere else. Big will get the ball on the left-hand side. Look ahead of him, or O'Dowda is standing centrally. There was no one offering no width there. NG and Big were a width on Wednesday night. Our wingers were too narrow. It has to be a tactical thing, because the same thing happened under Steve Morrison. The same thing was happening under Sabri Lamucci. The same thing was happening under Mark Hudson. The same thing was happened under Bullet. Our wingers are cutting in narrow and stand like inside forward. So it looks like a 4-3-3. And the problem is then, when Bagan or O'Dowda, if he's left back, or NG gets the ball out wide, there's no one ahead of him. So they have to bring it back in the middle end, and teams can defend that. There's no wingers staying wide. If you stay wide, you get the ball, you got space. It's so frustrating. It must be a tactical decision by the manager. But I think if O'Dowda stays wide, he has all that space to run into, he's deadly. And we've seen he can do it. I just think it just needs more. Just stay wide. I can't... Like Wednesday night, well, 60 minutes in, they started staying wide. Fair enough. We started getting more balls on the attack on the wing. And then he makes the subs. He puts O'Dowda right wing, and he puts Willock left wing. Both on the wrong footed, so both are trying to cut back inside all the time. Now, as a defender, you're thinking, right, he's going to cut back inside now. I'm just showing on the outside. He can't get a ball in on his weak foot. I'll show him on the outside. And they kept trying to do that. And we were just passing across the back four, passing across, lose the ball, and it just kept happening. So to get the best of likes of O'Dowda, which I think you do as a winger, you've got to keep him wide, stay wide, still on the left-hand side. I'm sick of seeing them play so narrow.
Yeah, spot on, but Zed agrees with everything you say. Well said, Rhys. Everything you're saying is right, 100%. You got another super fan now, but
everyone counts.
Jonathan Davis, I'll come back to that question in a second. Couldn't believe it when Robertson got kicked and they gave a free kick against him. What was he supposed to do? Try to move out of the way of the kick. I'm not sure if he gave that, John, because he had a high foot. I can't remember the actual challenge itself, but I'm pretty sure he went in with his boot raised, if I remember rightly. But yeah, I thought it was a little bit dubious, to be honest. And again, we didn't have much of the rub of the green off the officials today. We'll come on to the penalty decision at the end. But I think with the championships, with them 50-50 calls, you win some and you lose some. Like I said, with Meite's first goal, you could have easily have pinged him for offside and interfering with the goalkeeper's line of vision. And you couldn't really have argued if that was given against us, really, because it is what it is. But we got away with that. I'm not saying then the penalty is justified because we had that. It's just the nature of our league with no VAR. And I wouldn't want VAR. I don't know what your opinion is, but I wouldn't want VAR. I think it takes so much away from, celebrating goals and things. You watch the Premiership games now, right? And they'll score a goal, and the first thing they do is look at the touch judge, look at the referee before they even start celebrating. And I think that takes everything away from it.
I hate VAR. I can't stand VAR. I mean, human error, I prefer human error because at least you could say then, look, it was unfortunate, but that's what happened. I don't like VAR. I just think VAR, like I said, it was Southampton, I think, was it today or yesterday? Southampton played Brighton, and it was a controversial disallowed goal it was. And it took them 4 minutes to come to the decision. Imagine Cardiff score 92nd minute now, winning again against Norwich, like we did against Norwich on 95th, whatever it was. And they're going to wait 5 minutes to find out if it's offside or not now. I mean, all the emotion you've just said gone through, and it's just taken away from you. It's disgusting. Yeah. They're trying to ruin the fan experience, I reckon. So, no, I don't VAR.
No. So, with the game at 1-1 this afternoon, up stepped Super Alex Robertson with a thunderbolt strike. Great goal, wasn't it?
Fair play to him. That's the kind of thing we've been missing for a while now from midfield. Someone to get on the ball, get the play going, take it forward, have a shot at goal for somewhere, and get, do you know what I mean? The little swerve at the end, keeper should have done better, but the swerve at the end took it away from him. So I thought, fair play to him. We've been crying out for something like this, and it's good that we've addressed that situation, but we've been crying out for that.
Somebody have a strike, really, because the amount of times that we've been in positions where you would expect somebody to have a go, but we haven't. We've kind of held back, and we've tried to put that extra pass in, or we've hit it back out wide type of thing. And just, I know Vincent Tan's philosophy is shoot from anywhere, but the last couple of games, and it happened Wednesday night against QPR, we got ourselves in some decent positions at times whereby you felt somebody could put their foot through it, and we're not taking the risk of having a go from far. I'm not saying shooting from 30, 40 yards, but did you think that at all on Wednesday, that we were in areas and we weren't taking risks and having a shot?
Is it as a recurring theme? I keep saying this, I think, every game I do, and this is one of my frustrations with Rhys, because he's a self-proclaimed attacking coach. The amount of times we get the ball on the right side, right, the right-hand side now, and you have Ruben, Tan, and NG all stood next to each other, passing it back and forward triangles. Not one of them is putting the ball in the box. Put the ball in box, drill it in there. If it takes a deflection, it might win a corner. It might go in. At least you get the ball in the box. If you don't get the ball in the box, you're not going to score. At least on the left-hand side, you go Dowdow's putting balls in the box. It might always come off. It does sometimes, but the amount of times Ruben, Tana, and NG just pass it back and forth, then all of a sudden, then they bring another defender across. They can't pass anymore. Either lose it or they pass it across the back throw and it's gone. Just get the ball in box. Like it's not hard. I don't understand. You don't need three of them standing on the right hand side of the pitch. Ruben should be in the box anyway. I think Wednesday, Dowda went down the left hand side, put the ball in the box, and Ruben just stood still at the edge of the box, just standing there waiting for the ball to come to him. He's not even making them runs in the box. And you're thinking, come on. Oh, it wasn't Dowda, sorry. It was Robinson, I think it was. Come on. If there's no striker making the run, you've got to make the run, son. Run from deep if you have to. But yeah, it's just so frustrating. Like, a lot of times we get the ball on the edge of the box and we're just passing it back and forth. We're not actually trying. We try to walk it in sometimes, it feels like.
Yeah, 100%.
So frustrating.
It is. And I think Turnbull had a shot from 20 yards plus, I think, and stung the keeper's hands. He's got a goal. I think he got a couple of good worldy goals in him, I think he have. He's just not getting the rub of the green yet, I don't think.
The worry is, though, the worry thing is we need to stay up. A lot of people, I keep reading a lot of people say, yeah, we need to get relegated to get rid of Tan and stuff. We can't afford to. We've got one or two players there right now who've got a big future ahead of them. We've got to keep them in this league. We've got to stay in this league. Otherwise, we're not going to see returns in money and returning goals and assists of them. So we desperately need to keep these players as well.
Yeah. Before we just mentioned Robertson's goal. I thought Callum Robinson was fairly quiet today. Didn't really have many opportunities. I know, obviously, he's still nursing that. It's an Achilles injury he's got, isn't it?
Achilles tendon or something, I think. Well, yeah. That's going to be tough as well, mind. If you're playing with a knock and the club are having to play you all the time because there's no other striker there. The only other striker we got now, like, Kanga's not a striker. Kanga's not a footballer, in my opinion. Atendi's not a footballer. So you've got two strikers at the club. Robinson, who plays deeper as a 10 mostly when he's on the pitch, and Reindorf. And when Reindorf came on, this is exactly what we're crying out for. Someone just to run at defenders, someone to cause havoc.
Yeah.
So hard to see him getting on a game.
Yeah, so there's a comment from John that I think it was that I wanted to hold back on until we got to it. And there is a few more other ones that I'll try and pull up now, guys, but bear with me because there is lots coming in. Reindorf didn't let himself down either, definitely better than Kanga. For a 19-year-old, I think he come on and he done everything that I think us as fans have been crying out for the last 2 or 3 months, perhaps.
Yeah.
Granted, there was a couple of things in there that mistakes then, should we say? But he come on, he pressed hard, he had a couple of chances, he had a run with the ball. And I just think, we need to keep him in and around our squad now. I think going back to the 21s or the 23s now, that's gone. He's got to stay where he is now. And if it means that he's got to play 15, 20 minutes for to the end of the season, then so be it. But I think he'll probably play, and I'm hoping he'll play a lot more than that. And I think that performance today probably would have, opened Rhys's eyes a little bit, thinking that he's not going to let you down if you give him the opportunity. Like,
well, I think the game was quite out for him Wednesday, wasn't it? I don't know what happened Wednesday because I seen Rhys was giving him tactical notes, told him to warm up, brought Meite on, sent him to warm up again, called him back for more tactical notes, then told him to sit down. So I don't know what on Wednesday night, but again, this is what you want. You want to give your manager headaches. You want to put your name out there. You want to be you want him to think, right, this game needs a runner now. We need someone to run the channels, run the defence. I want to bring him on. And it also means that if Ruben does need a rest, he can play Robertson 10 and give me Reindorf a go. Or if he thinks, look, Robertson is struggling a bit of fitness, I need to give a rest, I can play Reindorf for the start, maybe. And if he's struggling after 45 minutes, I can bring on Meite or someone else. Unfortunately, we have to use right now because we've got no one else there.
Yeah. Was you surprised Tanner had a rest? But I think obviously he's played a lot of games. I know we've had the international breaks and things, so we say a lot of games. I don't think, but I'm not a professional footballer. But I think he probably not deserved a break, but he needed a break. I don't know if he's carrying knocks. you always get to around 60, 70 minutes. He looks tired then for me.
Yeah, 60 minutes, he looks absolutely spent normally. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's natural fitness. He hasn't got it maybe because, some players just naturally just can run non-stop 90 minutes. I thought he needed a rest. I was unhappy that Meite was playing ahead of him. I don't know where El Ghazi's gone. I'm not saying El Ghazi's any better, but I'm just surprised he's not there. I just thought maybe you could...
You've got a groin injury, haven't you?
I just thought maybe you could mix up a bit. I don't see... I think it shows that there's a serious lack of strength and depth in the forward positions right now. The fact we are relying on Meite to come in and play games. Where's Ashford? Maybe he could have been on the bench today and come on. Do you know what I mean? Or something.
Yeah, well, he wasn't involved with the 23s either, I don't think, today, was he?
So I think he was for travel. But then I just think it shows we have a lack of strength and depth. And that's the worry because, again, this is it, see, because our club, as always, like to really make a joke of it. Like they like to make sure everyone knows how bad they are running football clubs. It's a big thing for them. If they can show they're the worst owners and worst chairman in the world, that they'll happy. We have no idea what the manager situation is. We have no idea who's going to be the manager. I don't think they know. I don't think they even care. So right now, Rhys might be going, I need this player in January. And then January comes and we go, no, we'll hire this guy now instead. And Neil might go, I don't want them players. I want this player instead. I'm going to change everything that we play. Like, it's just such a joke right now that the club has been running. Honest to God. It's so bad. Again, we can't even plan for January because of this.
No, and again, like you said, it's frustrating from a fan point of view. You just want someone, even if they put a press statement out and said, look, this is the plan, at least there's something for us fans, like, do you know what I mean? It just
Dalman's a chairman.
Just feels as if we've been let down, doesn't it, really?
Dalman's our chairman. He comes on every now and again. He does his press interviews every now and again where he says, I want to build the bridge between the fans and the club. And he stays absolutely silent. But when things are going good, Dalman's like a snake, pops his head up and tells us all about the good things that are happening. We finally have a plan in place now. We didn't have one before. Now we finally got one. Mate, are you taking the mick? He said after Bullet was sacked, we're not in a free fall. We clearly are. There's clearly a crisis at the club. And where is he? He's probably in Cyprus now, sunning it up. Doesn't care. As long as he gets his paycheck.
I kind of feel sorry a bit for Rhys because I think they're using him as a bit of a scapegoat as well now.
Yeah, we'll all turn on Rhys. The results that come in, we'll turn on him. We won't turn on the board. The fans don't turn the board. Like, honestly, God, we need banners at that club saying, Tan, get out. Dalman, get out. We want him gone. Like Swansea home now. What a chance to be on Sky TV. Dalman, we want you out of our club. Tan, we want you out of our club. They'll all be watching that game because it's a big game and they didn't see banners about saying we don't like you anymore. That'd be massive. Just get them out of our club. They'll have to...
Yeah. Somebody needs to make a flag and get a flag like they did for Saul Bamba. Get a big flag made and get it up through the Canton.
Just don't get any Swansea fans to make it. They can't spell, they can't.
Oh, happy days. So, obviously, no game midweek now. The next game is Watford next Saturday. Yeah. So I think that'll do us good as well now, having a full week off. Obviously, I know the boys will train and things, but it's probably been a tough week for most the last 2 weeks playing, Saturday, Tuesday, or Saturday, Wednesday, and then repeat. I think a lot of bodies probably need a bit of rest. And like we said previously, some of the players in our squad are not the youngest. And they probably need more rest than most, if I'm honest. But I'm not sure how Watford got on today. Any idea?
I just to say, some of them don't even look fit, do they? That's the problem. Some of them still don't look match fit. They look like they're struggling. Some of them do. And it's an issue we've had since the start of the season. It's been really poor. I'll check my Watford now. But some of them look like they get 60 minutes and they're gone. I mean, I was surprised Roll started midweek.
Watford drew 0-0 with QPR.
That's a good point for QPR, that is.
Good week for QPR.
Embarrassing performance.
Go on, I'll read out the results from today, just in case anybody else is not aware. So Middlesbrough beat Hull 3-1. Oxford drew with Millwall 1-0. Millwall still picking up points. Watford, QPR 0-0. Good result for Blackburn today, beating Leeds 1-0. Bristol City put 4 past Wayne Rooney's Plymouth. I think the nails are going into his coffin slowly, isn't he?
He's taking him down. Do you remember he was at Birmingham and he got sacked? Yeah. His son went on Instagram, started calling Birmingham fans fickle and disgusting, saying his dad had plans to sign 10 new players that was going to take him into the Premier League and stuff. Why didn't he sign him in the first place? The man is not a manager. He's not. He wants to do a Fleetwood. And there was a fantastic episode with Fleetwood. What a man. Yeah. But he said a lot of managers getting fast-tracked into these jobs, right, with no experience, and then wondering why he's always falling apart. Well, he's struggling. He's working now in non-league, and he's in charge of 7 different things. And he said he's learning every single thing, and that's how it should be done. You should start at the bottom and work way up. They're just giving them these managers these jobs because they think they can get certain players from certain clubs or connections. But he's taking them down the years. He'll be gone by the summer.
I'll read out the rest of the results. Norwich beat Luton 4-2. Luton still seem to be in a bit of a free fall apart from beating us. Preston drew with West Brom 1-1. Stoke lost at home to Burnley. And that little team down west drew 2-2 with Portsmouth. See, Josh Murphy scored.
Yeah.
Marlon Pack picked up a yellow card within the first minute.
Honestly,
yeah, but I just wanted to go back on something you mentioned there about Stuart Fleetwood. Obviously, we had Stuart Fleetwood on the Flower Hour on Wednesday. So, guys, anybody in the chat, go back onto Cardiff City World if you didn't see it. Have a little look at the episode with myself and Rob on the Flower Hour. I think Stuart came in about halfway through the podcast, I think, and we had a catch-up with Stu. We are going to go up and watch his Swindon team play Merthyr on March the 8th. But obviously we'll communicate that nearer the time. So if anybody does fancy a trip up to Merthyr on March the 8th, Cardiff are playing against, I'm not sure who it is off the top of my head now, but they're away. So a couple of us are going to go up and watch...
Wait to Sunderland.
Merthyr, yeah, that's it. So we're going to go up and watch Merthyr against Swindon Supermarine. So if anybody fancies popping up and catching up with Stuart Fleetwood, let's get a crowd of us to go up and watch it. But yeah, he's what a bloke he is, but
top bloke, fair play to him. He answers everything honestly as well. It's great to hear about the lower leagues as well. Do you mean non-league about the troubles and the hard times down there? Like it's fantastic to see. Like, and to be fair, like ex-Cardiff as well, coming on the pods and stuff. Second time coming on, do you mean just to talk about? And he should come on a third time as well. So fantastic. I mean, honestly, what a gentleman he is. Like,
yeah, brilliant. Couldn't wish for a nicer bloke, really. And he speaks so well as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, fair play to him.
Yeah, awesome. I do want to mention last night I went down to watch the Welsh women at Cardiff City Stadium, and what a difference between Wednesday night watching Cardiff against QPR and then sitting in the Canton end last night, Wales women against Ireland women. It was 1-1. But what an atmosphere. There was 16,000 fans there last night, I think. And compared to Wednesday, it looked as if it was double there last night than, what was there Wednesday night, if I'm completely honest. I know they said officially they announced something like 15,000, I think, for Cardiff?
16,000 on Wednesday announced, and it was more like 10,000. I spoke to someone there. You reckon it's about 10,000 there? And again, I hope Mr. Tan is watching at 3 a.m. I hope you see what you've done to our club. You and your cronies or your friends, whatever you want to call them. The state you've left us in. Embarrassing, mate. Honest to God. I can sell a club up and piss off, Lou, honestly. Take the lot of them with you. As soon as they got...
Rhys the rant is off.
Honest to God. But again, this is the state our club is coming. With the capital city, we are the biggest club in Wales, right? And right now, it's empty there. He has literally dragged our club and made us a laughing stock.
Here's a question for you. I don't know if you know any more than I do. I haven't got a clue about this, but Cardiff City's Fan Advisory Board, the FAB, is an independent body for in-depth discussion with the club's hierarchy, including executive club staff and the club's board of directors. Why are these quiet?
There was one a few weeks ago, I believe, wasn't there? And I'm pretty sure Dalman said that, I can't remember what it was, but he was basically saying that the club know what they're doing, basically, and it's not a crisis and stuff. But again, let's be honest, right? Let's say now someone from that fan board does go there and says to Dalman, why are you such a joke for? Why are you ruining my club for? Like, or just is honest and asks any sort of question he doesn't like, they'll be removed, let's be honest. Or he won't go to the next one.
Yeah, that's what Jonathan Davis pretty much is saying. Everyone keeps quiet because the club bans them for speaking out, like the South Wales Echo got banned.
Well, hopefully someone shows him his podcast. You can ban me all you want, mate. I'll come back when you're gone, because I'll be there long after you're gone, and you'll long be forgotten, so...
Happy days. So, yes, obviously the Flower Hour is back on Wednesday, guys. I think it's back on Wednesday. I'm not sure. I think Rob might have somebody different with him this week. It's my wedding anniversary Wednesday. It's my daughter's birthday Saturday as well. So I think we'll probably revert back to our 9 o'clock slot now for the next couple of weeks. But yes, I do want to mention a couple of other things before we finish. And I know it's still early, so we got plenty of time. Jack Anick went down a couple of times today. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts having a rest now, if I'm honest.
I'm hoping it's more a case of he's trying to take the sting out the game, waste a bit of time, just stop the opposition, stop the flow of the game. I'm hoping it's that. The last thing we need is Horvath back in goals. Like, the last thing we need is him back in goals.
It looks as if he had a bump on the hip today. The physio was on doing some work on his hip. But
the week off now, hopefully it's just like I sit down, bit of bruising, back in sharp now next Saturday, saves 2 or 3 shots, sets up a goal or 2, we win 5-0 against Watford. Back to our best, hopefully.
You've been drinking already, have you?
I can't stop, man. The joys being a Cardiff fan. We can lose to the bottom of the league and then beat top of the league 3-0 or something, so why not?
And that's the championship anyway, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? That can happen. But yeah, with Cardiff, anything can bloody happen. But yeah, Jonathan Davis, first time Alnwick went down, looked tactical, to be honest. Who's that? Do you recognise this name, Bear?
Yeah, I know that one. That's the co-host for the second most popular show on this channel, I believe.
I don't mind because I'm involved in them both, to be honest. So yeah, it's all
you
good.
Top spot and second spot. So
what's Vincent saying? Let's have a look. In a crisis when we're fighting a relegation battle, and that's what we're in at the end of the day. Is make no bones about it. We are where we are, and it's just bonkers. And on paper, I thought we had a strong squad to potentially push for the playoffs.
I think the starting 11, I'd say the starting 11, we had a strong playoff-looking team. I think, obviously, we lack a lot of strength and depth. We strengthened the back line a bit, but not up top. So you lose a striker, you're missing someone. It's the thing, right? Because you look at December, come December now, the start of December, you sort of have an idea where you're going to finish in the season. You sort of know where you're going to be about. The fact that we're barely out of the relegation zone is terrifying. At the moment, Plymouth, QPR, Luton look worse than us. And Portsmouth, there are at least 3 teams worse than us so far, thankfully. But come January, if we don't get those our signing spot on, we could be in serious danger. And this is a big worry because we got a tough. December's a tough month. We got Watford, Preston.
Let's have a little look at the fixtures then over through December then. So we got Cardiff, Watford, Saturday the 7th. We've got Cardiff, Preston, then another midweek game on Wednesday the 11th. Away against Stoke on the 14th. Home against Sheffield United on the 21st. Boxing Day, we're away to Oxford. Sunday the 29th, we're away to Watford. And I think this is crazy. 2 days later, we're home against Coventry.
I know the Borough game will be postponed anyway. The Saturday the 4th will be postponed because that's the FA Cup first round proper, that usually is. Our third round proper. So Middlesbrough's game will be postponed. That'll be the FA Cup weekend. So hopefully we get an easy tie home against the non-league side or League 2 side. And then after that, then we got the international... Is it international break? No, not January. There's
not
the
an
week
international
after
break now until March.
So Leicester will be the Borough game on the 4th then. And then the week after will be the FA Cup. They may not put it in yet. And then after that, then we got Swansea home.
There's a gap between Middlesbrough on the 4th of January and then Swansea on the 18th. So that FA Cup will be the 11th, I would imagine.
Yeah. So you're probably looking at a very tired squad, a really tired squad there. So you're hoping to get your deals done very early in January, at least before the 18th. So when you play Swansea, you've got fresh legs. But that's annoying, mind. 12:30 kick-off. We played them at home last year, like 7 o'clock kick-off, I think it was, at home on Saturday night.
Yeah.
It's bouncing there, absolutely bouncing there. And now all of a sudden we're playing at 12:30. It's just killing the atmosphere. Why do they keep punishing fans for, honestly?
It's all to do with the money in it. Sky Sports throwing it there, and it's just killing the game for the fans, like 100%.
Oh, can't stand Sky Sports. Can't stand Sky TV and stuff.
There was a comment.
They're ruining football.
Scrolling back through the comment a second. Because I wanted to bring one up that was a thing. I can't find it now, though. Bear with me, guys. Talk to people about your Movember, Rhys, when I...
Oh, yeah. How were you, then? First off, Movember, obviously, is Men's Mental Health Month, and it'll always come up to an end now. We'll still be open if anyone needs to message us to talk or reach out or whatever. I did have someone say to me the other day that they tried adding me on Facebook, but I didn't respond. I don't use it. I rarely ever even check my Facebook. I don't bother using it. So if you do want to reach out, the best place is my Instagram, which I will see a lot more often, rather than my Facebook. Because again, I don't check it. So if you want to try adding me, I've not seen it, then again, it's just don't use it. But again, in November, just check in your friends, guys. Make sure you reach out to your mates. If they say I'm fine, just keep asking. Until, it might be fine, but you don't know. So keep checking on them. Check on your loved ones. Check on yourself as well. And if you need to reach out to any of us, our socials are open. There's an email on this page as well, so you can email us anonymously and we'll see it. So just keep checking each other, guys. Let's keep doing what we can, because men's suicide rates are shocking.
How do you check in on yourself, then?
Well, you can just, if you're struggling, you can reach out to someone, innit?
Right, I got
If you know you're struggling.
I just thought you were standing. I just thought you stood in front of a mirror asking if he was all right. And do you know what I mean?
You're talking to me?
No,
are you talking to me?
Jokes aside, I've had my struggles in the past, and all about reaching out and speaking to people, and using the network of friends you've got around you. So so
I go to the gym. I go to the gym now. I work out. Me and my best mate, we go to the gym every day, lifting bigger weights, challenge ourselves.
Why are you lifting these days, Pat?
What am I lifting? Not enough to get a message back from a girl, anyway. I actually benched 100k, but my shoulder is absolutely buggered, so I'm struggling to go heavier that minute. But I'm hoping in 2 weeks' time now, my shoulder will be fine. I'll try about 105, maybe 110k.
Good boy.
See if I can bench that.
That's the hammer. Just don't do too much too soon.
Exactly. But yeah, just make sure you reach out to your friends, guys. Check in on everyone. If they say they're fine, just keep pressuring them, because I'm fine is a standard answer from everyone. So again, just 1 in 4 of us I think will be affected. So make sure you check your mates, your friends, and get them to check on their friends as well.
Well done, buddy. Well done. Before we start thinking about wrapping up and things, the decision at the end about the penalty, that's the comment I was looking for. I think it was Jonathan who put the question, and it's in not a question, or put a statement in there saying that there was an issue with the communication between the linesman and the referee, or there was issues with the comms or something. But obviously the penalty was given. What was your thoughts when you seen it?
See, it's one of those. Chambers is experienced centre half. He does not need to put his hand out like that. you're giving the referee and the linesman an opportunity to give something, but you don't need to do that. Like, I don't know if it's his hand from the replays I've seen. I can't tell if it's his hand or not. I can't. But the point is, he give the referee an opportunity and the linesman an opportunity to give it. And I think, as I said to half like that, as experienced he is, he should know better. I just think Chambers, another mistake for Chambers. He's got him in him. But again, I don't know. It frustrates me when we see it with him all the time because there was no. I don't think anyone thought it was penalty. I think it's harsh. I think I've seen a Coventry fan say it was harsh. But again, I just think he shouldn't have given the referee and linesman an opportunity to give something. He should not put his hand in a natural position like that because his hand goes out. And again, if you give the referee something to blow for, they'll blow for it.
It's one of them decisions that if it goes for you, you take it. If it goes against you, you're fuming,
yeah. But just give the referee an opportunity he shouldn't have.
Yeah, and you're spot on what you're saying, but 100% spot on. You know, his hand shouldn't have been anywhere bloody near it.
We've got to be more smarter, because again, we can't keep scoring and giving goals away cheaply. NG lost his runner today for their goal, and then looks the linesman for an offside as if looking for him to bail him out. We've got to be doing better. This Championship side, we've got to stop conceding silly and sloppy goals. And I think if we can stop doing that, we'll be fine. But again, at the minute, we're in a bad patch right now. When I think a bad patch, everything goes against you. When you're playing good football, you get results, things will go your way. And when you're not, it goes against you. And that's what we've seen today.
Yeah, no, spot on, Matt. Spot on. Before we go on and talk a little bit about Watford before we finish, I do want to mention Sai's doing the breakdown show tomorrow, guys. He is going to be doing it. It's going to be a live show tomorrow evening, but it's going to be a late one, around 9:30, 10 o'clock tomorrow evening. If you can tune in, great. If you can't tune in, please make sure you go back and have a little look at it. But he'll be doing it live tomorrow evening. He's driving back tomorrow evening from Tamworth, so he's going to do it when he gets home.
But we appreciate your support on the number one channel on his show anyway, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, second that. Rob's tamping. Rob's throwing his cans of car in at his computer screen or his phone screen now.
At least he can count to one anyway. I know Swansea fans have a hard time counting to one with his 6 fingers. They know what one is, do they?
Watford next Saturday then. Do you think there'll be many changes?
First off, I want to address Rob's comment there. See that how many guests I had on. Just let him know I did have Stuart Fleetwood on for him first, that he's now taking credit for. So, no, you're welcome.
If he wants to play that game, we'll start getting guests on a Saturday as well. If he wants to play that game, innit?
I did get Matt Green on for him as well. So if he wants to keep on that way. But Watford, sorry. It's one of those. It depends where we are fitness wise, because I think we've seen Rhys saying a lot of players are back and they're injury free again, and then players are missing out and stuff. I like to see Reindorf on the bench again. I don't want Kanga on the bench. Reindorf will be there for me. I think now we're missing Turmo now. This is the worry, because I like CEO, don't get me wrong, and I think it's CEO, but Robertson's a better player next to a passer and a proper number 8. CEO's number 6 for me. I think you get the best of Robson with the number 8 next to him. So there's a little worry there. The right-hand side, I think we'll see Tana come back. It's a home game. I don't think Meite will start, especially after his antics, the shushing and stuff. I don't think he'll start. I don't know. It depends. If El Ghazi's back, you'll probably see O'Dowda back to left back and El Ghazi on the left wing again. Other than that, I think it'll be a similar lineup we've seen recently, apart from Turnbull.
Do you think Rolls will just slot in that position, do you reckon?
I hope not. I absolutely hope not. I hope not. I absolutely
want to see Rolls and CO both in the same team, or
I love Joe Rolls. I don't get me wrong, I love Joe Rolls, but he's just too slow on the ball. His thinking is too slow. His passing is too slow. At QPR tonight, we've seen it. He gets the ball, and where you got Turnbull and Robertson who get the ball and they give it and it's gone. You stop him with the ball, looking round, making his mind up, and then all of a sudden he's pressed and closed down and loses the ball. Rolls to me is an impact sub. His legs have gone. He's not the runner he used to be, right? Don't get me wrong. I love Rolls. He's an impact sub for me now. I'd rather start CEO over Rolls. I think Robertson is 10 times the player Rawls. Joe Rawls should be where Barry Bannon is right now, in my opinion. The ability Joe Rawls has, how we've seen over the years, he should have got to the point where he's like Barry Bannon now, he's running games. But for some reason, he can't do that. He just doesn't have that ability. I just think bring him on 70 minutes in the game to see it out, or Reindorf, who I think is a great number 6 for Reindorf. I think he could be fantastic number 6. But yeah, I'd rather start CEO over Rawls if I'm honest with you, about next to Robertson.
Yeah, good shout. What about potentially playing Robinson and Reindorf up top together? Could you see that ever coming off, or not really a formation we tend to go with?
I think you'll see that if Ruben gets dropped. I think because Robertson drops deep by us, he can play as a 10. And I think that's one of his best attributes is he can drop deeper, pick the ball up, make us in the play. I think you'll see them two play together if he's a 10 and Reindorf's the number 9. I'd be interested to see how Reindorf does with likes of... See, I think Reindorf will suit a bit of pace out wide. I think if we have some real pace out wide, I think Reindorf will benefit massively from it. Because he runs he runs off the shoulder of the defender. He could get one on the end of stuff, I think. I just think a bit of proper pace, Reindorf will be blistering as well. I really like what I've seen so far from him.
Yeah. I know we haven't seen him much. I think we was quite lucky. We've seen him a couple of times during pre-season, didn't we? And at the start of in the Carling Cup or whatever it's called nowadays. But yeah, I was just really glad for him today that he went out there and he put a performance in that we was all hoping that we would see from him coming into the side. And I think let's not beat around the bush. Is one performance, so I don't think, but we all can see this potential there. And unless we play him and give him the opportunity to go out there and express himself, then, he's not going to get any better, is he? And that's no disrespect to him playing for the 23s, but there's no experience like playing against, championship defenders then.
See, I think it's one of those where, say now, I'll take my personal opinions about Atete out of it, all right? And I'm putting up Reindorf next to Atete now in comparison. Atete has been our starter for the 2 previous seasons. If he's not getting 10 goals a season, I'm disappointed in him. Reindorf doesn't need to get 10 goals for me in a season to have an impact. Like, I just think what he can do can bring others into play. He can cause that entire defence havoc and stuff. I'm not looking for him to score 10 goals, 15 goals. I'm looking for him just to harass the defenders, get on the end of things. He'll get 1 or 2 goals here and there, but his development will go a long way because of that. And I just think, I look at the strikers we got at the club, the likes of Etete or the likes of Kanga, and I think if you're not getting 10 to 15 goals, it's just disappointing. He's been started the last 2 years and stuff. I think I expect something different from Reindorf compared to other strikers at the club. I'm more than happy to give him time. I don't care if he doesn't score for the first 5 or 6 games. As long as he puts the effort in, I will more than happy with him for that. It'll just get him in the game, give him game time, get him on the pitch, get him minutes, get his confidence up. It must be difficult though, because when you're under 23s, you might be thinking, right, I know I'm good enough for this level. I know I'm good enough. And all of a sudden you're playing with the first team in a league game. You're thinking, right, am I good enough now? And it probably takes 4 or 5 games to get that feeling where you're thinking, yeah, I'm good enough. I can do this. And then he's not probably overthinking things. He is taking that shot on first touch. No, first time, sorry. And he is looking for that pass that maybe he wasn't before because he wasn't confident enough. So I'd give him time. I keep playing him, keep giving him game time. I just think he's got something about him. Cameron Drone was similar. He looked raw, but he run defenses ragged, and then all of a sudden he started scoring for us. And even if he's not 20 goals a man season, he might be a £2 million sale next year. He might be that sale of a player that funds the next signing to come in as well. So think of it that way. Yes, you got it as well.
Yeah, no, 100%, but then I couldn't put it any better myself. And I think that's a great way to finish up. I don't know why I'm in the dark. I'm not sure if the electric has gone or my light bulb in the bedroom's blown.
Dalman, you the rants, yeah, and he's cut the power.
You can still see my ugly mug, mine. So, yeah. So, lads, we're going to start wrapping up. So, if there is anything you want to ask me or Rhys or anything, again, you want to discuss before we wrap up, get it in the chat. what changes would you make for Watford, if any, next week, guys? Don't put it in the chat yet, though. Wait for the video to stop being live, and if you can put them comments in the comment section after the video's gone off live, that'll be great. It helps us get more coverage on the videos, etc. So
yeah,
that's your homework for tonight, everyone. If go into the video after it's gone live and put your changes or your starting lineup for Watford. Would you make any changes? And you can put why as well if you want to. But yeah, if you can do that for us, that'd be much appreciated. Anything else you want to cover back before we say no star?
Well, I'm very egotistical, so all comments about how well the two hosts are would be much appreciated as well. So, but yeah, I'm hoping to be there Saturday now for the Watford game. I don't mind it when the stadium's half empty, as in terms of like Wednesday, because part of me thinks there's a bit more atmosphere, because there's a lot more. The ones who do go there will chant and get stuff going. So, who knows? I'm looking forward to the games again. I love being back at the stadium. Hopefully, Tanner has gone soon. Have a great Christmas. 3 points on Saturday. What else can we say?
Yeah. Finish off with this comment of Jonathan. Anyone else scream, "Come on, you useless bar steward," when Meite scored, or was that just me? I don't think you was probably on your own, John. Let's just leave it at that.
The only response to that is always, shh. It's the only response to that.
Yeah. Before we finish, guys, just to remind you as well, if you're not a member of Ace Podcast Nation or Cardiff City World, you can become a member for the price of a cup of coffee per month, or less than a cup of coffee per month. You can join the Ace Nation Army, which will give you some behind-the-scenes exclusives, things like early access to tickets for the live events. Hopefully, Sai's got some announcements coming out now. Hopefully before Christmas. There won't be another live show now before Christmas.
No.
But hopefully Sai will be in a position to announce something now for the new year. The lights are back on. This is weird. So yes. But thank you very much for everybody tuning in. Like I said, if you can go into the comment section after, and we can see who goes in there and who doesn't. So if you don't go in and comment what changes you make, Rhys is not going to send you a Christmas card.
Exactly. Yeah. One from the SA postcode as well, by the way. So you know it's a real postcard there that they are.
Yeah. Awesome. Rhys, thank you very much, buddy. I shall probably catch up with you in the week, no doubt, or we'll speak on the Ace Army WhatsApp chat as we do most days. Yeah. So apart from that, but no star. Thank you very much. Thank you all in the chat. It's been a good one. See you in a week.
Up a Bluebirds.
Nice one.